Okay, part two, Minister of what again?
Government services.
Okay, here we go. Now, what the hell is that? What's your title?
Well, what that is government services is, the concept is that we've put all internal and external services government provides under one umbrella. So it's this new department which is made up of parts of supply and service. It's responsible for NBISA, the Internal Services Agency, and it's also for Service New Brunswick as well. Plus there's components from different areas that are coming into the department at the starting point. Although it's kind of open-ended, over the next while we'll be looking for opportunities to centralize certain functions of government. Right now, when NBISA started, they're...
What's that again?
The New Brunswick Internal Services
What's
Agency.
that?
It's basically the concept of shared services. Rather than having every department process payroll for their employees, rather than have every department process, accounts payable, every department buying and setting up their own IT systems. All of that now is going to be centralized in NBISA. Parts have already been centralized, accounts payable, a lot of the IT, and payroll and benefits as well. So the idea basically is that, if you start pulling all this stuff out of separate departments and you pull everybody together, you can create efficiencies by doing that. So that's basically the overview of what the whole concept is. It's to put it in corporate terms, it's kind of like the back office. Is that it's all the processing and basically the internal mechanics of making sure that everybody gets paid, that you're buying things at the best price possible, that you're paying your suppliers. And
are you like the Auditor General, be watching?
No, I wouldn't say that. Basically, what our goal is to try to get things operationally working as efficiently as possible. So when we're providing payroll services for all the employees and that are...
Is that Finance Minister? Sorry. Isn't that the Finance
Parts of it, as I say, it's all brand new.
I'm not educated.
So parts are being pulled from all these different areas. But the whole concept is that these are all functions that we have to do. We have to issue, people their paychecks or electronically transfer their pay to them and everything like that. We need to make sure that's all done as inexpensively as possible.
You got me confused, Craig.
How so?
I don't know. I still don't understand what...
Yeah.
Okay, right now...
I'm trying to understand it all myself.
No, your name is not going to be on the check.
No.
It's still going to be Blaine Higgs?
No. My department and the role that we'll be providing is ensuring that whole process from, somebody, filling out their timesheet to when they actually get the money in their bank, that we're doing all that and we're doing it as efficiently and as effectively as possible.
Does that mean less employee to do it?
There could be some of that.
But you're new. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
No, that's fine.
Well, okay, so that's one of the things you'll be doing. Yeah. What's another thing?
The whole idea of procurement. Everything that government buys.
I'm French. What's that? What that means again?
Buying stuff.
Okay, there we go.
But yeah, right now, last year, for example, the government in New Brunswick bought $1.5 billion worth of goods and services. Every department is buying things right now. We do have a central purchasing set up in supply and service up until government services came into existence. But we still have, every single department is out there buying things. We're buying things in different manners. Some of it's on a tendered contract. Some of it's on purchase cards. And really, our whole goal is to try to really pull all that together and start purchasing strategically for the government. Right now, it's all about...
Different departments are buying? And
it's all about, if you're buying, say, an iPad, for example, mm-hmm. and if people across different departments are out buying iPads, well, obviously we're not getting the best bang for our buck if everybody's buying one or two rather than bringing all those orders together. And
so you're encouraging salesmen to pay you a visit how I represent this, we could have a good deal.
I think what it is that we know what we need to buy. We're already buying these things. We're just not buying it very strategically, in that we're not taking advantage of larger orders, lower prices, and tracking is a big issue as well. Our systems are not as up to date as they should be for us to buy things in a strategic manner. So there's going to be a lot of work that goes into that as well.
How many in your staff?
Somebody mentioned that to me the other day. It's hard because it's all brand new and we're still kind of, feeling our way through what parts of different departments.
You don't have ADHD, you can't do everything alone.
That's right. But the figure that's been thrown out so far is that we're up to about 1,200 people will be under this new umbrella.
Where is this new umbrella going to be located?
Well, we've got Service New Brunswick. Service New Brunswick's over in downtown, over on Westmoreland, but also the regional offices and the local offices as well. And
Service New Brunswick is on Queen Street, King and Queen.
Okay, there you go. NBISA is over in the Brookside Mall. That's that area. The Marysville Place is where a lot of the supply and service folks are now. That's where my office will be as well. And then again, we've got parts that are coming from finance. We've got some parts that are coming from pedal. We're going to have, as we move forward, a lot of functions that are taking place in the individual departments will be, brought into this new department as well. So we'll be all over the place.
Are you into communication also?
Actually, the marketing side of communications is going to come under our umbrella. So the print aspect, the web aspect, editing, these.
Yeah, but we got a problem here because, if you're a good boy, you get reelected and all that. After a while, you get bored, and then if you get the right prime minister, you'll be appointed to the Senate. A journalist and a worker on your campaign, the reward is to be appointed communication.
Okay, well,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I don't really see it that way.
You don't see it? No, but you see it. A lot of these journalists, and they go in communication after. That's the equal to the Senate.
Yeah, again, my area is going to be more on the delivery side of communication. So the print, the web, the crafting of the communications message won't be on.
I'm sorry, I'm paying a butt here. Every department has a communication person.
Right.
Now, for the life of me, I do not understand. I don't understand that at all. I mean, all they do is just a print out once in a while, and they make good money. I don't even understand how come you need 15 department and 45 communication people. One person could do the whole communication part, or two, couldn't they? Maybe it's me that don't understand.
Well, no, I think you've got to realize that, in each department you need at least one person just to ensure that the minister is avoiding you out on the street. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's called Secret Service here. Yes. They're called tugs.
No, I think, in my mind, that I think communications needs to be a much more integral part of what government does. And it has to be a lot more fact-based. We have to be able to provide the public with what's actually happening in individual departments. And that's where I would hope that when we see this restructured communications setup, where the communications people will be in the individual departments, right? They won't be beholden to a central communication. Communications in Brunswick just won't exist anymore. And so the individual communications officers in each department, the goal is that they start to have a much better understanding of the internal workings of the department and the policies that are at play, so that they're much better versed to discuss those, to ensure that the proper messaging is getting out in terms of what the actual facts are, and why we're doing certain things, how we're doing certain things, and what the results that we expect to get out of them are. So I think they'll actually play a pretty key role.
I'll talk to you in about 6 months from now when it gets going better. So you're taking this as a promotion? It's not a demotion. When did you first find out you were going to be transferred?
It was just the day before the announcement was made.
Through my blog. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. Through your blog, exactly. I thought you had me going someplace else though.
So you found out.
Check your sources.
Exactly. So you found out the day before.
Yeah, and
Were you shocked? You had to be.
Well, you know, I think that, you know, again, the work that we had done in energy, you know, it was, you know, we had our specific mandate to do, and we did it. I think because of the government renewal process that we went through, and that I was part of that, you know, I was actually hoping that I'd be able to take part in that in a more prolonged manner than just the year that we spent over last year on that committee. And that's really where the genesis of this whole government services idea came from, because as we went through that renewal process, every department came in and looked at, you know, what they were doing and how they were doing it and what improvements could be made. But what was really intriguing to everybody was the concept, these what we called horizontal projects. And what we looked at was rather than just looking at each department in a siloed manner, what activities are taking place over multiple departments that there might be the potential for, if we consolidated them, centralized those activities, we could get some greater efficiencies. And procurement was a massive one, because it became very apparent that, you know, despite the centralized purchasing that we're attempting, the systems just weren't in place to make sure that people were actually holding to the.
You're going to be like a QA. That's what you are, QA, just to make sure to bring the product here,
Yeah.
but will save the costs.
Yeah, it's all about making sure that you're getting the best bang for the buck. And, you know, when you're talking about $1.5 billion in purchases,
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
1.5 you said earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of money.
So I mean, even if you can, pull down, you know, like 5% savings, you're talking about a substantial amount of money. And so that's, you know, that's when that came out. Plus, we started looking at that whole concept of, well, if we're providing these services here, you know, why wouldn't we just add on the external services of the public who have to get their license done and all this kind of stuff, all in under one umbrella.
This is getting short. Thank you very much.
All right.
And I'll talk to you in 6 months from now.
Sounds good.